up, course heroes? Welcome to yet another video. This is your boy Amit, and today we are looking at System.io. I have been using this software for a while now and thought I would make a 2024 review video to show you the art of possible with System. So instead of looking at the list of features on a table, I figured we'll go through this flow. This is a real life flow that I'm working on where I want to create a lead magnet. That lead magnet will be created in System as a marketing funnel. Then within that lead magnet, we're going to add some automation emails. And then from there, we are going to funnel people into our blog. And then from that blog, we're going to end up on my ChatGPT course where they can take that course and learn how to automate things with ChatGPT. So that's really the flow. And let's get through it. I'm going to hop on over to my System account. Before I do, if you end up buying System through my link, I'll put that link in the description. Not only do you support me, but I support you back. I'm going to give you 50 templates that are already designed on System. You'll get a URL. You just plop that URL in your System account, and just like that, you have 50 templates. And with that, let's get into my System dashboard. So in your dashboard, what we want to do here first is I'm going to go to funnels. To me, everything happens in funnels. There's a few different ways you can do things in System. We are going to start with funnels, and I'm on their paid plan. I'm on the webinar plan, and I'm currently paying 57 a month, but they keep coming out with amazing deals. So depending on when you're watching this video, that price might be higher or lower, or there might be a different tier altogether. So the first step here in the funnel is I want to invite people to my newsletter and sign up for that newsletter. Now, we are not going to build pages from scratch. I'm going to link to videos that will show you how to build pages from scratch. You can also opt into my free funnels. I have 7 free funnels that I give away, which are pre-built pages. I'll drop that link in the description. Or System also gives you out of the box pre-made funnels. So that's what we're going to leverage today, because I want to show you the art of possible, right? The functionality that System has, not necessarily getting into the weeds of the page builder. Here in your funnels, you might see multiple funnels or you might not see any. I'm going to go and create a brand new funnel. And this one is going to be called the newsletter's name, which is the daily prompt. Now, you do get to pick what domain to use. If you're on a paid plan, you get custom domains. I have 3 custom domains connected. So I'm going to use my funnels domain here. What I like to do is, even if you're not going to do this in the future, I should say, even if you're not going to do this now, I like to set this up for the future. So I like to use this sell a product or service, and you can always add a funnel step here without really sending people to your product or service. I'm going to show you in a few how that differs from building an audience. So right now I'm going to go with sell, and then here you'll pick your currency. You can also do evergreen webinars. You can do custom funnels, build an audience, or sell. So I typically like to stick to sell, and you'll see in a few minutes why. I have my currency picked here, and I'm just going to hit save. Before I do, if I cross this out, I can go in the drop down and pick any of these different currencies. I don't really know how many currencies System supports. Looks like quite a bit. So I'm going to go back in here and search for US dollar. So my funnel is built. It's this one right here. It's called the daily newsletter. So first few things here, you're going to get the order form and the thank you page out of the box here, and you can design this however you want. You have complete freedom, or a lot more freedom than some of the other course platforms, to build this out. So here I've clicked on 30 to see 30 funnels at a time, and or 30 templates at a time, I should say. And I can just pick any one. So let's just pick this one here. And this is our order form. Now, remember, when we first started this, my goal is to actually collect leads and then eventually send them to this order form, but I still want to create it to show you how this flow would work. So this is our order form. Let's just call this the sales page. We can change all of this later. It doesn't have to be done right now. Now, because I had picked my custom domain in the beginning, that's what we have here, but you can also change the slug that comes after your main domain. Now, if that URL already exists, then system is going to show you that there's already one here. So let's just call this buy now. A couple of other things you can do here is you can set your affiliate commission. So if people are going to promote this product, how much they're going to get paid. And you can also limit the number of sales if maybe this is something that you are testing out with the beta group. So you can limit that way, you can control the inflow of students. And then down here, you can select whether this is a digital product or a physical product. I'm going to stick to digital product. I've already built my course and connected it to the price plan and also have a coupon all built in here. But let's show you how that's done. All of that will be covered in this video today. So grab your favorite cup of joe and relax and watch this. For the digital product, the first thing you want to choose here is what resources are students going to have access to once they purchase this product. So I'm going to hit the little plus button here and I'm going to say they're going to have access to my course, which is the Chat GPT course right here. And then they're also going to get full access to it. I'm not going to partial access or drip content this. I'm just going to give them full access. Now, a couple of other options open up. Once you select that full access is whether you want to grant access on a specific date. Again, this could come in handy if you're doing cohorts and your next cohort, let's say, starts on the 1st of March. So you could grant that access only on 1st of March. Until then, they don't have access to the content within the course. And then you can also choose when this access expires. So if we go back to that cohort based example, maybe your course runs every 6 weeks and then that student doesn't need to have access to this course any longer. They will automatically lose access after that period of time. So let's just hit save at this point. But you know what? I want to add one more resource. So I can go back up here, hit the plus button. And then this time I'm going to connect this to a community. I have a community created called Daily Prompting. I am going to give access to my students to go and access this community. So my students now have access to the community and they also have access to my course. They have full access when they join. If you change your mind, you can go delete this and start over and give them partial access, give them drip content. You can do all of that fun stuff. Now, the next thing to do here is connect it to a pricing plan. So I'm going to hit this and choose my plan type. You can choose between a monthly subscription or a payment plan or a one-time payment. I'm going to choose one-time payment. And then now the beauty of system is that the pricing plan is decoupled from the course. So you can have pricing plans built into your pricing library and reuse those pricing plans instead of creating a net new pricing plan every time you go and create a new course. So I love that functionality. And let's just use this Chat GPT Unleashed $27 price. Once you select it, it shows you the name of the pricing plan, how it's going to display on the order form, and what that payment amount and type is going to be. Now, if you can't find the pricing plan that you really want, you can just click here on create a new one. When you do, this window is going to pop up and you're going to fill in all the details of this new pricing plan. Since I already have one, I'm going to go back to that pricing plan that we had earlier and then hit save. All right, so we have our pricing plan, we have our community and our course. Last thing is, if you plan to give away coupons, what kind of coupon do you want to apply to this specific course? And you can have more than one. So I already have a fixed amount coupon here. And what this does is it gives my students 100% discount because I want to give away this course for free to a select few students. Now, just because you've selected a coupon code here does not mean that this coupon is automatically going to apply to the cart. This coupon will only apply if someone goes and puts this exact code into the coupon code box. So just keep that in mind. And you can see that this coupon is limited to being used only once because I want to give it to a single person, have them use it. And then once they've used it, the coupon will no longer work. The next thing what I want to do is I want to add a order bump. So to add that order bump, you can just press this button here. And again, the order bump is also going to be a digital product and it's going to be another course. That's my test course right here. So we're going to use this test course for the order bump and same thing here. We're going to give full access to this course. And then we're going to choose the one-time payment plan. And this time I'm going to charge $197 for that bump. Remember, the bump is typically higher than what they're purchasing in your cart. So I want to get that cart value up. So that part is done. My course is connected. I'm going to show you in a few how this course is created and how to actually add content to that course. But creating the order page is kind of done. So what we can do is we can click on view funnel step and see what this course order page looks like right now. And remember, this is out of the box. I have not done anything to put my own flair on this. So here's the order form. On here, one thing you'll notice is there is no place for your students to add the coupon code. So let's fix that. What I'm going to do is go back to my order form and I'm going to hit edit page. That's going to open up our page editor. And on that page editor, if we scroll down to the order form, we can add that coupon right here. On the left side here, what I want to do is look for this coupon option and then just drag and drop it here. And that way my coupon gets added. Now, anyone who has that coupon code can put that in that coupon box. I can also click the settings gear icon here and change the verbiage that goes inside this box, which is like our placeholder text. So I'm just going to put in coupon code because that's what my students are used to seeing. And then if you go back here, I also saw that there is this order bump element. So I'm going to drag and drop this here because we did add the order bump. So if we go and click the settings here, we can change the background color, the text color. So all of that can be changed on the left side here. As I said, we won't be spending too much time in the editor because I have covered these in other videos that I will link out to. You can check those out. Now that my order form has the order bump and the coupon code, I'm satisfied with it. So I'm just going to hit the save changes and let's go and preview this page with our quick changes that we made. All right. So now if we scroll down on this form, you'll see that the coupon code is available to be applied. And then I also have that order bump. Once I check this box, that $197 should also be applied to the cart. Let's test it out. Yep, it got applied. And your job as the course creator is going to be to explain in this box what is that order bump that your students are getting. And then on the back end, system is going to take care of giving them access to that order bump. So let's head back over to our chart here. You can see that I have worked backwards, right? I've already created the order form for the course, but we still need to create this marketing funnel. So to do that, I'm going to go back here and add a step. And this step is going to be the opt-in to my newsletter. Now to choose the type, I'm going to select a squeeze page, also known as a funnel page or a marketing funnel. So let's pick that squeeze page. And then once I have picked that, what I'm going to do is drag this all the way to the top. So this is my squeeze page. And just like we saw earlier with the order form, we have pre-made templates for the squeeze page. So I'm just going to pick one for time's sake. And then this becomes my squeeze page where my leads are going to come in. I'm going to drive them through organic or ads or whatever the case may be. This is where they're going to land. And just by virtue of them landing here, they're still not going to see the order form. This is just to get them in the funnel. And then I can add another thank you step to this funnel, which would be the thank you for signing up for my lead mag. Once you have typed in the name, you can just choose a quiz page again. I'm going to select the same one again, but this time we'll choose this as a thank you page. Once you have typed in your name, you can choose the opt-in thank you page here and hit save. And just like we saw with the pre-made templates for our opt-in page, for our order form page, we have pre-made templates for our thank you page. So I am going to select that, rearrange this, and then also change the slug here. And just like that, we have created our opt-in page, thank you page, order form page. Now, what I do want to show you on the opt-in itself is let's go and edit the page. Make sure we are collecting the right details. Again, the idea isn't to show you how this page builder works. We want to make sure we have all the right details here. So we have some checkboxes here. We have the email address we are collecting and the first name. I actually want to get rid of the first name. So let's just do email. And then on the left side here, you can change the placeholders. I'm going to change that placeholder text. I'm going to add in an icon. I've added an icon as well. I just picked a random icon to show you how it works. Then you have all these other settings on the left side for your form submission. Now what we can do is we can test this out. Let's save changes. We're going to go exit out of here and then we can view this funnel step. So based on the instructions that I've given to system, once I type my email here, I should be sent to the thank you page, which was the next step on our list. If we go back here, you can see newsletter opt-in thank you is the next step. Let's try that out. Hit the subscribe button. Perfect. It brings us to the thank you page. Awesome. Now that's done. We have our sales page done, and then we can also work on the sales thank you page. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. The core of this was to show you how to set up your lead magnet, how to set it up in your order form. And then from there, how do we actually go and create courses? So let's head on over to creating courses. For that, you're going to go up here to products and then select courses. This is where all your courses are going to live. You can go in and create new courses. You can edit existing courses. I already have this course right here called ChatGPT Unleashed. What you can do is you can create modules and lectures and then also add students to your course all from this one unified dashboard. So right now what I want to do is show you the student view of how they view this course. This is how it works. I have my intro video, then I have my different modules here, and then each of these lessons within the module can be uniquely customized. So this lesson can be completely different layout than, let's say, this lesson. And if we go back up here, my introduction can also be completely different. So here you can see I have created recommended references for my lessons, and then also have a title and my video here. On the student dashboard, I also have communities, courses, and then they can go back to their student dashboard. But since I'm already logged in, system is going to bring me to my own dashboard. Let's try to create a brand new course to show you how that works. Right, so I've given my course a title. You can put in the instructor name or you can just leave it blank. You will see anything that's highlighted or required. You can just fill those out. Same thing here. It's going to ask me what course domain I want to use. But how this course shell is built, if you want to go back to those settings, you can do that here. You can choose your theme, default theme colors. So let's go with light blue for this one. And then you can also choose your fonts. I believe these are being pulled from Google Fonts. And then you can have your teacher image, your course logo, and then also your course cover card. Now down here, you can select if there is a specific funnel that this course is going to use for you to sell the courses. We already did that in step 1. So I'm going to skip this step here, but you can also hover over any of these question marks if you're stuck and you want to know what they do. And then down here, you can inject a piece of Java code or HTML into your course. I'm going to hit save here. And then from here, we're going to head on over to the actual course itself. So back to our courses screen, I'm going to click on this. First thing you'll notice here is there are no modules. So let's add our first module. First one is going to be a welcome lesson. So I just created a module called welcome. And then in that, on the right side here, you have a few options. You can create this as a quiz module, or you can go into settings or delete it. And then further in settings, you can choose a sales page for that module or just change the name of the module. Then I'm going to go and add a second module. Now I have 2 modules built, and you'll notice that nowhere up here do I have the option to add lessons, because that lesson option is hidden under this drop down. So if I click on the drop down, it's going to open up the module, and then I type in my lesson name and then choose what kind of lesson I want. So I have my lesson name. You can choose whether this lesson is going to be delayed or released immediately. I'm going to go with immediate. And then you get 3 templates out of the box to choose from. You can preview them and then decide if which one is right for you. But every template is completely customizable. So this is the first template. It looks like a lot for what I want to do here. So I'm actually going to preview this one. This looks good. I'm going to choose this template and then hit save. Now that lesson gets added. Once you have added the lesson, the next step is to click onto the lesson itself and edit it. So I have this little 3 dots here. I can go into all of these options, but for now, we're just going to stick to editing. Once you're in edit mode, remember I was saying everything about this can be changed. So I can just change or delete this right here. Let's delete this row. And I'm just going to leave this lecture 1, but I'm going to call it lesson. Now, this could get out of control if you have 100 lessons. Every time you go in, you'll have to change the lesson number to lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. If it's easier for you, think about how you're going to scale and just remove the word lesson from it. I'm going to delete some of this extra stuff that I don't need. And I like that recommended resources section. So we're going to leave that there. What I want to do next is add a video section here. So I can just drag this video. Then in settings, you can either upload the file, or you can do a custom embed, or you can directly link a video from an existing source that you might be hosting your videos on. You can choose whether to autoplay on or off, and then show video controls or not. You don't have control on what you can do with the player, but I think for the most part, people are coming there for the lesson and not what that player looks like. The next step we can do is we can preview this and see how this is going to look for students. Remember, we had picked a light blue theme. So now everything looks light blue. And then on the right side, you can see your course progress. And then any other lessons that I add will show up here on the left side. We can hit save changes here and exit out of here. And this is how you will build every single lesson. Once you have set up that template the way you want it, you can just keep duplicating that exact lesson. So you don't have to start from scratch every single time. And then what you want to do now is just go in and swap out the video and obviously change the title up here. But those would be the only two things. If you're providing resources and those resources change for each lesson, then of course you would want to include those as well. Back to our course section here, these lessons are not going to show up on the course till you actually activate them. But once you have activated them, your students will be able to see those lessons. They'll be able to consume the content. And again, if you go in the preview mode, you can see my 2 lessons are showing up here on the left side. The reason you don't see any videos is because I haven't really uploaded a video. Let's go ahead and change that. So for this video, I'm going to use upload file. I already have videos in here, so I'm going to choose this intro video. And that's how the video gets added. And then down here, we have our resources still. So that should still be there. Now, once you click on your video on the left side, you do have some attributes that you can change about the video. One of my favorite ones is the thumbnail image. Once done, you can exit out of here and we are back to our course section. Same thing here. I can add a quiz or I can continue to add modules and lessons to my course. Once done, this course is already connected to my order form. Then you would go back to your order form and connect this specific course to give them access. Let's do that for our next step. So I'm going to head back over to funnels and then right here in the daily prompt newsletter, let's go into settings. Actually, I want to click on it. And then once you are in here, I can go and add that new course as a resource right here. And let's give full access, hit save. So my pricing is down here and which is decoupled from the course. And that's why I didn't have to pick a pricing plan on the course itself. Now that I've added this course, I actually want to go ahead and remove this one and we can do that right here. Now, even though we added that course to the order form, this course, as you can see, is not active. So if you go back to products and courses, you can go into the settings here and activate the course and that's now live and students can start consuming that content. On this tab here, you also have the students tab and then also you can create bundles. I have a test bundle here and in this, what you want to do is you can simply go and add different courses that you want to provide your students access to. So a bundle is a collection of courses and how this would be implemented is if we go back to the funnel, I could go to the order form and here, instead of giving access to just this course, I can delete this and provide access to the course bundle, which is right here. Choose my test bundle and choose full access. Now, anyone who purchases this will have access to every course, current and future, that gets added to that bundle. Now, if we look at this here, we've already created the marketing funnel, which is our lead magnet. And now we have created the course. The next two things is showing you how automation works and then blogging that will lead to that buy button. So stick with me while we do that. Also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And if you haven't done so already, you can use my affiliate link to buy your system subscription and you get some cool bonuses, which is in the form of pre-built templates that you can use. While I have you here, I can show you what those templates look like. If I go to my templates funnel, you can see on the left here, even though this says 35, there's actually 50 different templates here and I can click on any one of this and view that funnel step. All templates are built from scratch. These are mobile friendly and you can just install them in your own school. Let's head back over to our funnels. And the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to build some automation when someone signs up for this newsletter. Now, what's cool is every single step has its own automation rules. So what I want to do here is say that on my opt-in for my newsletter, anytime someone opts in, I'm going to start sending them emails. So I'm going to go into automation rules and set that up. So let's click on add rule. And I like to send all my emails from a central place in system, but I want to use these automation tabs to at least get them tagged the correct way. So our two options here is I can either take an action when someone subscribes to this funnel or when someone visits the funnel page. So I want to stick to when someone subscribes. And then within that, I want to add an action. So let me go back here. Once you have selected your trigger, click on that trigger, and then you will be seeing this window. And here, let's add an action to add a tag. And this tag is going to be ChatGPT custom. And I have just created that tag. It didn't exist before. And we're going to save this rule. Now, anytime someone subscribes to this funnel, they're going to get tagged with that specific tag. Within system, you can set up automation rules in many different places, which is super cool. What I like to do is I like to just set up tags on my funnels and then set up the email automation piece under automations here and under workflows. So first, let's set up the tags. There are a couple of places you can do this. First is on your newsletter opt-in, you can go to automation rules. And here I can add a rule. If you're doing this for the first time, there's going to be no automation rules in here, but you can just set one up by clicking add rule. And my two triggers here. So trigger is what someone takes an action, and based on that action, system is going to trigger something. And my two options here are when someone subscribes to my funnel or when someone visits a page. Now, typically when someone visits a page, I don't necessarily know their email. So I like to stick to when someone subscribes to the form. Let's click that. Once you click it, you'll see this just gets added. And if this, again, this is your first time, you might think, what now? And now you have to click onto this and then add an action. So in this case, I want to add a tag so I know that someone subscribed to this funnel. And for that, I have a tag here called daily prompting. So I'm going to add that and save rule. So that's one place to do it. However, if you are already designing your funnel, there is another place where you can do this very easily. And I'm also forgot to show you one more step. So this is going to be two things I can show you right on the editor. So the first thing I forgot to show you is on the submit button, I had originally picked next step URL, but that next step URL doesn't really help us because they haven't really submitted the form. All we are telling system is when someone clicks this button, take them to the next step. What I did forget is they have to actually submit the form first, and then post submit action, I want them to go to the next step, which would be our thank you page. Now you'll see here, we have two more options. One is, do you want to enable double opt-in? So right here, you can also add an automation rule. And this is the second place that I was going to show you. While you're editing your funnel, you might as well add the automation rule here. It works pretty similar to what we saw earlier. So I'm going to go click add automation rule, add my tag, and you can either search for the tag by typing it in or scroll down and find it. Or if you want to create a brand new tag, you'd be able to do that, but not from here. You have to go to contacts and tags to do that. I'm just going to search and apply my tag here and add that action. So I can save rule now, or I can add a second action on top of it. For now, I'm just going to say apply this tag and save this rule. So let's save changes, go back. And then before we move any further into automation, I want to actually test out that that tag is firing correct. So now if I click on automation rule, you will see that tag that we just applied is showing here as well. Super cool that system has that flexibility for you to either do it from the funnel automation tab or right on the editor. All right, so we have our tag here. Now let's go and test this automation. Right, so here's our funnel page and let's go test out this email. So I'm just going to change a bunch of letters here and then just press the subscribe button. This should take us to the next thank you step right here. Boom, here we go. And then if we go to our leads, you will see that that specific email got added. If I go and click on it, you can see the source URL, that which is the funnel that it came from, the squeeze page that it came from. And then most importantly, let's go check out that tag, which should have been applied, which is right here. So now that we have our funnel working, we want to go and set up automation emails so that these people who are signing up to our funnel can start getting our email, which is going to lead them to my paid course. But my strategy here really is that from my marketing funnel, I want to send them emails, and then that email I want to lead to a blog article. And then also from that blog article, I want to sell them the course, but I can also continue to do email automation after the blog article to continue to sell them if they haven't purchased the course yet. So let's go check out how automations work. What I want to do is go to automations and workflows. And here I already have a daily prompting workflow, which I'm going to walk you through. But if this is your first time, you're not going to have any workflows here. You can click create and give your workflow a name. I'm just going to give it a random name and create it. Once that workflow is created, you can hop into it by clicking on the link, and then you're going to create your first trigger. So my first trigger is whenever someone gets a tag, which is our prompting tag, then I want to start sending them emails. So I'm going to take an action to send them an email, which should be right here. And I already have a few emails created. If you don't have any emails created, you can create a brand new email right here by clicking this link. So I'm going to say once they are enrolled into the funnel, I want to send them this first prompt because my newsletter is all about getting daily prompts about how to use ChatGPT. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to hit choose. And just like that, I have sent my first email, created my first automation, my first workflow. Super easy. Now what I want to do is add a delay action because now I want to wait one full day before I send them the second prompt, which would be the second email. Now, since I haven't created my second prompt yet, I'm just going to pick a random email here and send that to them. But you could keep building it just like this, how I am building. What system also allows is the flexibility to say, hey, what happens if they haven't opened the email? So let's do that decision. On this next step, I want to say, are these people opening my emails? But before I make that decision, I also want to wait another day. So let's add that delay action for one day. And then let's say our decision is, was my email opened? So I can choose the email opened option and I want to select which email, which was the last one I sent them. So let's say, did they open this email? And you can add a group of conditions here. Right now, I'm keeping it simple. And I would highly recommend that you keep your first workflow very simple unless you're a expert user and you want to get into complications. But I have tried complicated workflows. They almost always fail. They become so complex that you kind of lose track of what's happening when. So I like to keep it simple. Here I'm saying, hey, did they open my 5K launch formula email? Check that after one day. If they did, then let's follow the yes path and send them another email. So I'm going to send them a third email, which is this one right here. And if they haven't opened it, then let's send them that same email again, which was the 5K email. There we go. So that's how automations work. You can use different tags. You can use a combination of tags and whether they have opened the email, whether they are enrolled in a course, all of that is at our fingertip. Now, our final step here is that I want to see if these people are enrolled in my course, but I haven't set up that tag yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit this. I'm going to come back to it in a minute. First, let's go to our funnel, go to our sales form here. So what I want to do is on my sales page, I'm going to go to my automation rules tab, add a rule that says whenever a new sale happens, let's go ahead and add that tag of course purchased. So I have a course purchased tag here and I'm going to add that. Then I can use this tag in my automation. So let's go back to my automations and we have the test one here. The final thing I want to see is after sending all of these, let's wait another day. And then we are going to make a decision based on that tag. So I'm going to say, does tag exist? And let's just pick that course purchase tag. If yes, then we are not going to do anything. If no, then we're going to send them that buy now email. So I'm just picking a random email here, but this is to show you how you can use automations to continue to nurture your leads within system and you don't have to use third-party software. Now that my workflow is ready to rock and roll, I can click here and activate my workflow. Just like that, my workflow is live. The final thing I'm going to show you is how to blog in System. So let's head on over there. So just like everything else that we have seen so far, blogging in System is also super easy. For that, just head on over to your blogs. I already have one created, but let's create a new one just to show you how it works. Then I'll show you the one that I've already created. I'm going to click create. Once you have given your blog a name, you can choose what the domain name is going to be. So for this one, instead of funnels, I'm going to click blog and then the blog title. And after that, you can pick any of these pre-made templates that system has. And these are the templates for what your blog will look like when someone goes to the blog's homepage. This is not necessarily a single blog page template. So this is for the entire homepage of the blog. I like this one. You can either preview it or select it. So I'm going to hit select and save. Just like that, our brand new blog is created. So let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to click on that test blog. What's cool is out of the box system already adds some dummy content in there so your blog doesn't look sad. So let's go ahead and view our blog right now. See what it looks like. This is what the homepage looks like. You have all the dummy content here. And if you click on one of them, that will take you to the individual blog. I love it. It's super simple, out of the box. No WordPress headaches here, and you can go get straight to blogging. Under your blog, you're going to have posts. You can have blog pages. So for example, our homepage, post list page, about page, and contact page, and then also categories. And each of these are individually customizable, which is just insane. So for pages, I can go to my homepage and go and edit my homepage. So this is the blog post page. You can see there are different dynamic elements here. This one is a carousel element. And then this one is a blog post listing. I'm not a fan of the carousel element. So let's say I want to delete it. You can just hit that box and delete your elements. And then you can replace that with anything else you want. I might just want to leave the blog post listing here. But at the bottom here, let's go and see if we can add another element. So I'm going to first add a line here. And then after that line, let's add a blog post listing. So this will add your blog post in a list format so your users can scroll and read those blogs. Once you're done with that, you can also add a latest blog. So this will showcase your latest blogs. And then each of these elements, I can click on the settings and make further settings. For example, this one, I want to only show one per page and I want to display it horizontally. And let's just change the layout to maybe something like this. You'll see that this happens in real time as I'm picking those. So it's very, very, very snappy, very fast. Amazing editor, works amazingly fast. And that's what I like about it. And then you have other blocks that you can easily drag and drop here on your blog page. Let's just go without saving these changes and go back to our actual posts. So now that you've seen what a blog creation looks like, I'm going to show you the one that I created for my prompting course. And here I have added a blog called 6 Ways to Earn Money with ChatGPT. So once we go into it, I'll show you what this looks like. Here's the layout. I have added a table of contents, which is right here. All you have to do is drag and drop it. Once you drag and drop a table of contents, you can go into its settings and decide. So if I say that I only want H3s to show up on my table of contents, then my H2s are not going to show up. If I say I want H1, H2, and H3 to show up, then all three will show up on my table of contents. So for now, I only have H2s and H3s showing. However, I noticed that this TLDR is showing as well. If I don't want this, I'm going to change this to an H4 or an H1, and that way this will not show up on my blog post menu. And just like the page editor, you can add any content that's available to you on the left side here. When you're on your blog post page, one of the key differences is that system recognizes that you are on their blog post page and they've added this table of contents for you to drag and drop on the blog post page. Similarly, if we go back to our blog settings page, you will see there are different options. Before I head there, let's go ahead and preview this blog. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to exit out of here and I am going to publish this blog, which is essentially activating it. Now you can either hit these three dots and press the activate button, or you can schedule for this blog to be activated at a specific time. These kind of features just insane, and you would need different plugins to do all these different things if you are blogging on WordPress. And so to me, this is just mind blowing. So for now, I'm going to hit schedule. But before I do, there are a few more things I want to show you about this blog. So let's head over to settings. In settings, you can choose the date of the publication of your blog post. So you can choose whether you want to show that date or not. And if you do, you can show what date it was published. So I don't want to show that. And then you can choose your blog post share image that will show up when someone searches on Google and your blog shows up. And then finally, you can add different categories to your blog. To add these categories, I can go to my category option here and just create a brand new category. So I created a category called prompts. I can go back to my posts, go to the settings and add that prompts category. All right, now that my blog is published, let's go check it out. I'm actually going to go click on the category slug. That brings me to the prompts category. And from here, I can see what my blog looks like. This takes me directly to the blog and I can check it out. The table of contents work perfect. I can collapse it, expand it, and if I click on any of these links, that will take me on that same page to that section of the page. And then I've also added an FAQ to my blog. Now, if I click this button, it's going to take me to my course sales page. And from here, I can continue to purchase the course. This is what we already covered. So with that, let's go back to our diagram that we had created and walk through what we have done so far. So we created the lead magnet under the marketing funnels, added a blog, added email marketing, and then also created our course and set up the email automation. And how we did that in system, let me walk you through a brief overview. First thing was going to your funnels, creating a funnel, which we did. And this was a order page funnel. And then to this, we added our newsletter opt-in and our newsletter thank you page. Then we went to our products and our courses and created our course here. To that course, we had added modules and lessons. So we added our lessons, we added our modules, we went to settings. I showed you all the settings on the course. And then from there, we went back to our funnels. And in that funnel, we did our automation step where we added our tagging here. From that automation step, we went to automations and workflows and created our workflow. And then from our workflow, we went to blogs and created our blog. One last thing, I know this video is getting longer and longer, but there's so much to show you, is emails. Now you've set up your email automation, you've set up your funnel, you've set up your course, but what about just sending a random campaign or a newsletter? You can cover all of that under emails. So I can go to my campaigns here and I can see all the campaigns that I have created. So I've created this one called the daily prompting automation. And in this, I have my day 1 and day 2 emails set up. All I need to do here is go to create. I can create an email. And then once I have created that email, I can hit save. That email gets created. Then all I need to do is enter the main content of the email. And on the right side here, I have my email sending settings. I have some personalization available to me. And then from there, I can hit save and publish or just hit save or save and test. I'm not going to do that just yet. Wanted to show you how you can set up your emails. So that was for campaigns. If you want to send one-off emails, you'd go to newsletters. For example, I had sent this newsletter a few days ago and you'll see how many people actually opened it. So I have a list size of 181 contacts. And out of those 181 contacts, 30% opened it, which is about 56 people. So to do that, you can again go and create an email. And you can see this email went out to anyone who has the following tags. So that's how I segmented my list and decided who I want to send those emails to. If I want to see this email, I can just click on the link and it shows me the content of the email. Now, system does have templates for emails, but if you have received any email from any of the email marketing people who do this for a living, you know the best performing emails are simple text, maybe 1 or 2 images and a call to action. So don't go too fancy with your emails because fancy emails end up in spam. So keep your emails super simple. And there you have it, course heroes. Thank you again for watching this video. I'm going to drop all the links in the description below, which is going to be the link to my free funnels. You get 7 free funnels just as a thank you for watching this video. So you can grab that. And then you can also check out my blog page. I'll put that link in the description as well. Also my affiliate link. So if you decide to go with system using my affiliate link, use that. And if you do, let me know, shoot me an email. I'll drop my email in the description as well. So I can hook you up with the 50 free funnels. And that's it from my end. Thank you again for watching. And until next time, keep creating.